E.N.D here, Strixhaven Commanders. Boys, we have already spoiled and discussed 3 Strixhaven Commander decks. Today we have the 4th and penultimate deck, Silverquill Statement. Let's see the new cards spoiled for this black and white deck. Let's start with the main commander, Brina the Demagogue. 1 black and 1 white. It's a 1/3, it has flying. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, if that opponent has more life than other of your opponents, that attacking player draws a card, and you put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature you control. As you will see, this particular deck will work brilliantly if you are facing more than one opponent. The more, the better. Secondary commander, Felisa Fang of Silverquill. 1 black and 1 white. It's a 3/2, it has flying, it has mentor. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, create X tapped 2/1 white and black inkling creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of counters it had on it. E.N.D the Broker. 2 and 1 black, it's a 3/3, tap, sacrifice a creature, put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature, tap, remove a counter from a creature you control, create a treasure token, tap, sacrifice an artifact, create a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying, 3 and 1 black, untap E.N.D the Broker. Keen Duelist. 1 and 1 black, it's a 2/2, at the beginning of your upkeep, you and target opponent each reveal the top card of your library. You and each lose life equal to the mana value of the card revealed by the other player. You each put the card you revealed into your hand. Author of Shadows. 4 and 1 black, it's a 3/3, enters the battlefield, exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards, choose a non-land card. Exile this way, you may cast that card as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Blood Plagiarist. 3 and 1 black, it's a 2/2, flash. Whenever an opponent put 1 or more counters on a creature they control, they put the same number of counters on Blood Plagiarist. Stinging Study. 4 and 1 black, it's an instant, you draw X card and you lose X life, where X is the mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. Incarnation Technique. 4 and 1 black, it's a sorcery, Demonstrate, which means that when you cast the spell you may copy it. If you do, choose an opponent to also copy it. Mill 5 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice Discipline Enforcer. 2 and 1 white, it's a 2/2, at the beginning of your end step, for each player put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature that players controls. Each creature with 1 or more counters on it can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless its controllers place X, where X is the number of counters on that creature. Combat Calligrapher. 3 and 1 white, it's a 3/3, it has flying, inklings can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, that attacking player create a tap 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying that's attacking that opponent. Guardian Archon. 4 and 2 white, it's a 5/5, flying, enters the battlefield, secretly choose an opponent, reveal the player you choose, you and target permanent you control each gain protection from the chosen player until end of turn, activate only once. This is a very interesting card. Let's say you will cast Guardian Archon, you will choose an opponent secretly, so let's say you will write it on a paper and put it face down. No one knows which opponent you choose. Then when that opponent attacks you, let's say attacks you, you will activate this particular ability, reveal the players you choose. When you reveal the player, you will gain protection from that player. This is a very, very good card. Promise of Loyalty. 4 and 1 white, it's a sorcery, each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifice the rest. Each of those creatures can attack you or planeswalkers you control as long as it has a vow counter on it. Scholarship Sponsor. 3 and 1 white, it's a 3/3, enters the battlefield, each player who controls fewer lands than the player who controls the most lands searches their library for a number of basic land cards less and equal to the difference. Put those cards on the battlefield tab, then shuffle. Ink Shield. 3 1 black and 1 white, it's an instant, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn. For each 1 damage prevented this way, create a 2/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. Tempting Contract. For 4, it's an artifact, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent may create a treasure token. For each opponent who does, you create a treasure token. As discussed, this deck will work perfectly if you are facing multiple opponents. It's an extremely fun deck if you are playing a 4 to 6 commander game. Tune in tomorrow for the last commander deck, Witherbloom Witchcraft, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.